How's it going, everybody? So my Primogem count is looking at 13,331 compared to however much I had last time, because from the last video I had about 28,000 Primogems at the time, and then I spent 24,000 on a Zhongli banner and left me like around 5,000. I don't exactly know how much I had last time, but I'm gonna post it up on the screen here and then subtract this value by what I had before to see what I had accumulated over the course of 1 month. So 13,331 Primogems as well as 5 Acquainted Fates. Besides that, let me also tell you guys where I'm at in the story quest department. So yeah, I did do some story quests, mainly the Zhongli story quest just to unlock H-Daha. I have not done any of the other ones yet, including the new Yula quest. I have not done that, but I did finish Barbara's hangout events, Chung Yun's hangout events, but I have not done any of the rest of it yet, such as Noel's hangout events and Bennett's, because I'm gonna save them in the future. I'm only neglecting to do these story quests so I can have a bank of Primogems to sit on, you know, because if I see the Primogems rewarded from the story quest in the Primogem account, I'm gonna use them. So I'm just using these locked story quests as a bank for my Primogems, therefore I don't get to use them, and then therefore I have some Primogems left over in the future whenever I do these story quests. Moving on, we're gonna talk about the Kazuha banner. So the 1.6 special announcement introduced this Kazuha as our summonable character, but he's only gonna come about 3 weeks after Klee's rerun, which is quite a long time, but nevertheless that's enough time for me to gather up my Primogems to summon for Kazuha. And here's what I think about Kazuha. No, I don't think of him as Canadian Ether, and no, he doesn't replace anyone. So if you guys already have Venti, you don't need Kazuha. If you have Sucrose, you don't need Kazuha. If you have Xiao, you might need Kazuha. But me, I don't have any animal characters. I am severely lacking in the animal character department. Main Traveler is the only one I have for animal character, but I only use him as a Geo character alongside Zhongli. So Kazuha banner, so he scales off of elemental mastery. So if I do summon for him, the only weapon that I have that's good for him and his kit is the Iron Sting. I don't think I'm gonna be planning on getting the Freedom Sworn sword, the new upcoming 5-star sword. So yeah, I'm thinking of summoning him because I have my sister's account to play on, and she mains Xiao as one of her main DPS, and I loved Xiao's gameplay. I love being able to hop around doing these plunge attacks and all. I think plunge attacks are the strongest form of attack without any stamina consumption. But the thing about Xiao is he doesn't do anything animal support wise. Because the rest of the animal characters we have, all they do, they have some semblance of sub DPS or support, like Sucrose and Venti being able to suck the enemies in, Jean being able to heal, and Traveler being able to also suck enemies in, but not as good as Venti and Sucrose. So Kazuha is gonna be a welcoming addition to my team because I have no other animal characters pretty much. Another thing what I want to talk about is, since I summoned for C6 Yanfei, at first I did not have a good weapon for Yanfei, and I only had the Frostbearer, the Mapamare, the Favonius Codex, and the Prototype Amber, as well as the... I don't know. I believe I'm missing one more weapon, but it's not gonna be at the top of my head. So, yeah. I don't have a perfect weapon for Yanfei. Not at all. The Mapamare works, but not as good as I thought. So, with the upcoming 1.6 update, we're gonna get a new free catalyst from the Klee event, which is Dodoko Tales. I believe the passive. I believe it's got a main stat or substat of attack percent, and a passive of being able to boost our charge attacks upon doing normal attacks. So that's really good for Yanfei because all she does for her main damage is charge attacks. So I'll be definitely raising the Dodoko Tails. I don't care how crap it might sound, but for Yanfei it's good because charge attack is all she's gonna do. Other than that, the Klee rerun beta, I'm not gonna plan on summoning for Klee, because if I summon for Klee, she effectively replaces Yanfei, which is a huge waste of resources that I've invested on Yanfei. You guys probably thinking, well, it's your fault for raising Yanfei, but at the time, Yanfei is my only reliable Pyro DPS, and if I have another one, if I have Klee, she's gonna effectively replace Yanfei, and I'm never gonna use Yanfei again, which sucks. No new 4-stars are being introduced, which is a shame, but it's okay. Well, yeah, I'm only gonna summon on Kazuha, and I hope he will have Sucrose in it, because I also need Sucrose as my other animal character. Next thing we're gonna talk about is 1.6. So I love what 1.6 is looking at right now. We are getting an Archon quest, but we're not getting any new hangouts though. So although I did hear from Tectone, he made a video about this recently. He actually read up about an article that states 1.6 is going to be a filler update, and that the islands are all going to go away after 1.6. They're all just going to be there for a filler update, like events and stuff. So we might not have the islands for 1.6 as a permanent feature, which is such a shame. I believe Enviosity also read up on this same article that Tectone read, and yeah, it's such a shame. Like, I don't know. Like, the islands look like they're bare bones. I don't know. I really feel like the islands should stay there for additional exploration, as well as a place for that the new puppet samurai enemy. And I believe the new puppet samurai is gonna give out the evolution materials for Kazuha. So there's that, and yeah. But more on my concerns about 1.6. So, I've made an Excel spreadsheet here that we can take a look at just about right now. So, we can discuss what I've made, what findings I made. So this is gonna be about all the characters that have been released so far, as well as the existing characters, and then my predictions on who's gonna be released next, or what we desperately need for a character. So here we go. All right, so if we take a look over here, here's the spreadsheet that I made. I think I'm gonna be uploading it as a Google Docs for you guys to look at. I'm gonna put my own credits in here. So right now we have this chart here telling what existing characters we have, this table. So it lists all the Pyro characters, animal characters, you name it. And then I also have Kazuha in here. 1.5, we have a few days left till version 1.6 kicks in. We have this much to look at. I've also sorted them out with what weapons they wield, so I can tell how many catalysts or bow users we have, and what character models we have. So right here I have the definition for the character model. So if it's adult female, it's gonna have a character animation like Lisa Lingguang, and then so on for adult male, teen female, and such. So yeah, and then I've also included the origin and residence, where the characters come from. Right now we only have one guy from Inazuma, and that's Kazuha, and one guy from Snezhnaya, which is Tartaglia / child, and then a lot from Liyue and Mondstadt. And then I've also included their C0 roles. I know their roles because C0, everyone's gonna have C0. I don't think barely anyone's gonna have any more than C1. But C0, it's easier to sort them that way, so that, because like some characters constellations, the more constellations they have, the more different their gameplays differ from C0 pretty much. So yeah, we got main DPS over here and main DPS / sub DPS. I'm also including characters with multiple roles and support characters. So over here we can define that for C0, well, for main DPS, the character needs to be on the field to do damage. For sub DPS, the character can be off the field to do damage. And for support, the character can heal, shield, provide stat boosts, stat debuffs, crowd control, and or provide overworld advantage, such as Albedo's Elevator and Zhongli's Pillar, as well as Ningguang's Screen. So you guys can take a look at this with the spreadsheet file that I have attached in the description down below. But if we scroll down here, I made some notes here. So I've made the notes while counting Traveler as one character. Out of 34 characters, there are 18 4-stars and 16 5-stars. There are 6 animal characters, including Traveler, 5 Geos, including Traveler, 8 Pyro characters, 7 Cryo characters, 5 Electro characters, and 4 Hydro characters. We have yet to have a Dendro character. While counting Traveler as one character, there are 6 bows, 7 catalysts, 6 claymores, 5 pole arms, and 9 sword users. There are also 18 Mondstadt characters, 13 Liyue characters, 1 Snezhnaya character, and 1 Inazuma character in this list. And excluding Traveler, there are 6 adult females, 4 adult males, 3 little girls, 12 teen females, and 18 males. And there are 15 characters that are capable of being a main DPS, 18 characters being sub DPS, and 20 characters capable of being the support. So those are the notes I've made, and I've also made a character chart containing the weapon held versus elements wielded, just so I could list out what we're missing. So as you guys can tell, we are severely lacking in the hydro department. I know it's in the name, but we are severely dehydrated of the list of hydro characters that we have. So I made a note right here. We have yet to have a cryo catalyst user, a hydro claymore user, hydro polearm user, electro polearm user, an animal claymore user, and a geo bow user. So I'm looking forward. The most I'm looking forward for are the hydro characters, new hydro characters, desperately, and a geo bow user, because I think a geo bow user sounds cool if they do the charge shot on the ground and then it just explodes a geo construct or something. So I've also made notes for all the acquired characters we had so far. So let me zoom in real quickly. So I'm only gonna count the very first Venti banner all the way to the Kazuha banner. So as of version of 1.5 and the announcement of 1.6, we have acquired 15 new characters in a span of 9 months. 10 of them being 5 stars and 4 of them being 4 stars. This also equates to 3 animal characters, 1 hydro character, 4 pyro characters, 4 cryo characters, and 2 geo characters introduced. And we have yet, interestingly enough, there have been no new electro characters introduced. Then the characters are given because we have not gotten them at all in the lifespan of the game just yet. But yeah, no new electro characters just yet. That's crazy. And this also equates to pole arm users, 4 bow users, 2 catalysts, 2 claymores, and 2 sword users. And this also equates to 2 adult males, 2 adult females, 14 males, 14 females, and 2 little girls. And translates to 16 new monster characters, 7 new Liyue characters, 1 new Snezhnaya character, and 1 new Inazuma character. And 7 of them being able to are capable of being in main DPS, 7 sub DPS, and 8 support. So that's what we're looking at right now. So yeah, all in all, we desperately need new hydro characters. Like hopefully somewhere in 1.7 or 1.8 we get a new hydro character, because my goodness, we've been at this game for so long with only 4 hydro characters. There's a lot of pyro characters and a lot of cryo characters. Our electro character roster is still the same as it's always been. Anima characters, there's new ones, and geo characters, there's absolutely new ones. We used to have 1 polearm character only, which is Xiangling, and yeah, there's a lot of polearm characters being introduced. So over here, this chart introduced. Actually, let me just do this for a second so I can make a table out of this. There we go. Alright, cool. So this is the chart we're looking at, which is the chart for possible unreleased characters, which are characters that have yet to be released and are inferred to be released based on the information given from Genshin Impact trailer and lore. No leaked characters included. So we're not going based off of leaks, we're only going based off of the lore and from the Genshin Impact trailer that's available for everyone to see on YouTube. So first off, we got Dainsleif, who's possibly a Hydra character, and I think he's a Hydra character because he wears the same garb as the Hydro Abyss Mage, or Abyss Herald, who is a Hydro enemy, and his origin and residence is from Conry, and we see him in the Archon quest. Baizu, we see him a lot in Liyue, especially in the Archon quest, as well as the Teapot quest. Possibly going to be Dendro because his hair color is green. Scaramouche, we see him in Mona's quest. So I don't even know what weapon he's going to be wielding here. We know Ayaka's going to be a sword user, so let me just add sword. Because of, there's a lot of the videos going out there signaling Ayaka's a sword user. So yeah, let's put sword right now. So Scaramouche, everyone thinks he's going to be a Catalyst user? I don't think so. I think he's gonna be a Polem user because we desperately need somebody. Well, we have yet to have a Electro Polem user, and I think Scaramouche is gonna fill that role. But I don't know. Just my take on Scaramouche, or possibly the Electro Archon's gonna wield the pole arm. I don't know if the Electro Archon is gonna fulfill the pole arm Electro roster. So yeah. Next we have Varka, who's mentioned in the voice lines for a lot of Mondstadt characters out there that are affiliated to the Knights of Livonia. So there's that. I don't even know what his vision is. So yeah, we have Ayaka Given. We've seen her a lot in the Genshin Impact trailer. We have the Sumo character from the trailer. The Fontaine twins. I don't even know how the mechanics are gonna work because there's two characters in one character art, and we have the Natlan character. Hopefully, I think the Natlan character from Natlan is gonna be wielding the Pyro element, and Electro Archon. It's gonna wield Electro, like same as Zhongli and Venti. They're both Archons that wield their respective elements, so I believe they're gonna be wielding these elements. And Signora, I have no idea. Like, we've only seen her barely. So I don't even know what kind of vision she wields. The Harbingers, yeah, the Snezhnaya Harbingers. So we've only seen 3. We've got one of them as our character, and we've seen 2 of them, which is Signora and Scaramouche, and we have yet to see the 8 other Fatui Harbingers. So I believe they're gonna be playable. If not, some of them are gonna be art playable because, you know, Fatuis. And Alice has been mentioned a lot in the lore, being mentioned as Klee's mother. Amber's grandfather could be a character, but I don't know. Ye is the character that was talking about Inazuma in the Chinese 1.5 special program, and Yanfei's father, who has been mentioned by Zhongli and Yanfei herself. I don't know if he's going to be a character, but just my guess based on the lore and stuff. So here's all the characters. That I have listed out. If you guys have any suggestions, you can post them in the comment section. But what I'm questioning about is the amount of characters that we're getting and the amount of characters we're missing. So moving forward, 1.6 is looking good, but how many characters would it take for us to fill these holes, these empty holes for polearm users and, you know, whatever? Because it's been 9 months, but yeah, I mean almost 9 months, and we've got 15 new characters, and by the time we hit the 1-year anniversary for Genshin Impact, we're possibly gonna get like 18 new characters, right? A total of 18 new characters in the span of 12 months, just my guess. So if things continue the way they're going in Genshin Impact, well, if the game goes on like for a longer period of time, so let's say like for years more, I don't know how many characters we're getting, and which kind of concerns me because we've got mobile users with their limited space. I don't know if miHoYo is developing Genshin Impact as the technology improves, which could be a thing. Just my take on it, just my guess. But I'm thinking that in the future, we're gonna have such a super saturated roster of characters, where even having main DPS, sub DPS, and support as a label is gonna be saturated. You know. So what I'm thinking is, miHoYo, if you're watching this, where are we going with this game? Where are we going with Dendro? Because we have not even included Dendro over here. They could be like a lot of new characters for Dendro. And keep in mind, the only elemental reaction we have for Dendro is Pyro, which does burning, which does pyro damage over time. But that's it. How is Dendro gonna work? You know? And if Dendro's gonna work, are there mostly gonna be support characters, sub DPS characters? Are there gonna be like the Geo characters where it's like a Dendro construct where you can make trees out of the ground or something? I don't know. But yeah. How many new weapons are we getting, and what characters are gonna be perfect for the weapon? Because we have some 4-star weapons that are utterly crap, utterly crap for the current characters we have, such as the Rain Slasher, the Dragon's Bane or something. Lion's Roar fits on Kaching really well, but all the others that have boosted damage on a character inflicted by a certain element, almost nobody's using them, you know? Like the Rain Slasher. Like, who's benefiting from that? Who the hell benefits from that? Okay, so we have to be mindful about Genshin Impact in its future here, because we're investing so much time in the game, and if we're being limited by mobile users, which I'm not blaming any of the mobile users out there, if we're being limited by mobile users, and if the game's only gonna get larger and larger at this point, I might be thinking of a solution where where MiHoYo has to pull the plug on mobile and has to focus on PC and console development, because there's only so far of a premise that mobile gaming can achieve, that mobile version can achieve, you know? Like, they're already stingy from the sounds of the article that Tectone and Enviosity read. They already sound stingy about saving up a lot of space for Inazuma, and that's kind of worrying, because we have like 5 more chapters to go, and 1 chapter equates to one new area, such as Inazuma. So is Genshin Impact gonna be having a Genshin Impact 2.0 where we're gonna have a separate app just for Inazuma or something, or what? Or where are we going here? Also, like, going back to the characters, how many characters are we looking at in the future? Because if we have an estimate of 18 characters per year, per Genshin Impact year, and there's like how many chapters are there? Like 5-6 chapters. So if we're going off based on 1 chapter a year, and there's like 5 chapters left remaining, and 18 times 5 equals 90? Are we gonna have an addition of 90 characters? Because that seems way too far-fetched. I know I sound way too far-fetched right now, but sorry. My topics, they're like scrambled all over the place. I'm trying to, like, you know, I don't have a script to read off of or something, but, like, you know, this is just merely a discussion, open-ended discussion. I'm thinking that we're gonna approach certain levels of power creep, as well as certain levels of oversaturation amongst the current characters that we have, because Kazuha, I believe Kazuha is just a starting point for a saturation of characters, because animal characters, all they do is support and sub DPS, and the way animal characters do support is either by having a suction area or by spreading elements. That's it. And Kazuha mixes in properties of Venti, Sucrose, and Xiao all in one package. I believe we're gonna get characters that are gonna mix their ability. They're gonna have their abilities taken from existing characters like Fischl's Raven and something like Beto's counter ability or something. I don't know. If I'm looking at this like in a cynical point of view, I think MiHoYo is running out of ideas. To be honest, I think MiHoYo is running out of ideas. I think that's all I'm gonna talk about. Just my 2 cents overall. That's all there is from me for now. I'll be seeing you guys in a future video where I make another monthly update on my Primogems and whatever update we're getting. So yeah, take care guys, and we'll see you next time.